Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to Break the Record Live, featuring Dark Souls Remastered's All Bosses category. For those of you not aware of what Break the Record Live, it is a 3-day speed running event where we are showcasing what speed running really is here. We have got 7 of the top runners of this category who have qualified for their chance at trying to win a $5,000 prize pool, or a share of a $5,000 prize pool, provided by our event sponsor, Kaspersky. And we're seeing, right now, we've got Danflesh coming into the Ornstein and Smough fight here. We're going to hope that this goes well for him. Getting the lightning opening, but immediately running away. So keeping an eye on him as he goes through, trying to recover and hopefully get some spells, unlike that hit there going through. Oh. With me in commentary here, we do have Speedsouls extraordinaire. We've got Kermit. How you doing?
Oh, Dan. Just as you say it, Dan just gets pummeled into the ground with a great hammer.
Not what you want to see at all there. That is going to be a reset on that run, unfortunately. We don't want to see. That is one of the major walls of this speed run. And we are on day 3 of the event as well. And this is why, like, tensions are going to mount today. These runners, they're going to be feeling pressure right now because They are trying to break the record, which we've seen from Catalyst. Catalyst getting a 1:02:30 right now. Really, really good. Broke the world record. But the rest of these runners are trying to catch him, and they are trying to increase their share of that prize pool. So I'll bring up the leaderboard quickly here at the moment. You can have a look, and you can see first place right now is Catalyst with a 1:02:30. Osku in second with a 1:03:11. Danflesh, third place with that 1:03:43. Nax with a 1:04:26. Iron Boy with a 1:07:52. Minty is just finishing his first run of the day, upgrading his event PB and true PB to a 1:09:52. And we have Gentov as well with that 1:12:03. You can also see the dollar values beside them. That is the share of the prize pool that they're going to be getting, from 1,500 at the top end down to $300 towards the bottom. We do expect these runners to be grinding out for a lot of the day today, just to try and either solidify their current standings, or better yet, move up a position or two.
Yeah, I'm feeling my heart going out to Dan right now. He was the first person to get, you know, a real good run going for the day, and that was like an hour ago, and he's just not been able to get anything really solid off the ground yet.
It is early days, though. Like, that's one of the things here. It's very early days. Still have the chance for these runners to come through. We do Gentov, Catalyst, and Nax currently not available at the moment. Time zones are a thing. They will be with us as soon as they can, and we're going to be seeing all these runners going all their way through. Osku had an unfortunate death in the last run that they were doing that was going relatively well, and so they're just taking a small break at the moment. With our current 3 runners here, Mintius, Iron Boy, and Danflesh, all in the early game. We do also have with us fellow host Ash, and also Speedsouls member Capitaine.
Hi.
Hello.
I'm just sad. I came back and there were several runs going, and now they're all dead. Even Iron Boy just lost a run too.
No, that's exactly it. We were coming through. It's like the intro was starting. We're getting our intro there, sewing it through. It's like, you're watching Danflesh. Smush. I was like, okay, fair enough. We'll be going back to the start then. Back to the asylum.
I have to say, I really appreciate that, like, you know, this is a speed run, like time trial, marathon. We're not seeing, like, you know, like typical marathons at speedrun events, people will have safety strats, you know, to make sure that they can finish a run. It's not like that at all here. We're getting like the best possible runs down. People are resetting. It's just all about that grind to get your best possible time that could beat your current PB or even get a world record. So it's fun. It's really fun to watch these runs, and it really shows the nature of speedrunning, how tough it can be and how tough Dark Souls can be. It's unrelenting.
Exactly. Like, it's one of those things about speedrunning. It's just saying marathons there. We have marathon safe strats. We do the strats that we know we're more consistent with. And marathon runs and PBs and world records, that's like the final product, right? That's the culmination of all this routing, all the glitch hunting, and learning these runs. And you miss, like, it's literally just the tip of the iceberg, isn't it? This is showing a little bit more of the iceberg overall, showing what these runners go through, showing the emotion that they have as well. Like, they get really invested in this. And when you have a run that's on a good pace dying, like, you can honestly feel for them when they go through. And so you don't want to see it. But alas, it happens. Like, it's part of speedrunning, right?
You saw all screw when he died to Manus, just kind of losing it a little bit. Minty's getting body blocked a little bit there on his way to the gargoyles. He makes it through, but
It's interesting to
it's
see
a
how
tiny
different...
bit of time loss.
Yeah, interesting to see how the runners are dealing with their like emotions in these like some of these runs that are just falling apart. Like Iron Boy somehow always has a smile on his face when things go wrong. Same with Mintius. And then just some really know when it's a good time to step away, recollect themselves, and come back at it again.
Keeping that PMA, that positive mental attitude,
Yeah, that's
all
exactly it.
important.
Very, very important. Like, mentality in speedrunning is definitely a very important thing that normally gets overlooked. It's like, if you're not feeling your best and it's like, and you're trying to force these runs out, you are going to get more frustrated. You are going to make mistakes, and it's not going to help you out. And when you've got a game like Dark Souls here, which is a mix of not only being execution heavy, but you just have RNG here. Like, we see Dan right now just killing the Taurus demon. But before the next boss, we've got just this lovely part of RNG. It's like, is Hellkite going to let you pass or not?
Yeah. Dan's been getting quite lucky, I think, mostly.
Well, we're about to find out.
I feel Dan's the person who's had the most staggers with no damage taken of anyone. But I did miss a lot of the runs yesterday due to being in work. He's through with no problem at all.
Yeah, not even a stagger or anything there, just clean right through.
Yeah.
But on the opposite side of the spectrum, it's like you could just walk up there, do the exact same thing Dan did, and Hellkite manages to kill you.
Just one shot. Minty is going for the RTSR now. See, because he is running against his like sum of best. Like you're like, wow, he's already lost 12 seconds. How? It does kind of look bad, but then like when you realize that's against gold splits, it makes a lot more sense.
So we got Iron Boy getting past Boulder Knight, coming into Hollow Room now. Getting past Boulder Knight quite easily.
Ooh, Hollow's not doing anything.
Hollows are just standing there, and then other Hollow comes
just
through.
one block. That's okay.
Yeah, the
Quickly
others
deals with it.
Others weren't prepared, not ready.
Oh, that's yeah, that can happen sometimes. You can't even enter Hollow Room.
So the golden pine resin that we obtain in this run, we pick up 3 after we use a specific residence key. Or was it not the residence key? It was... Why am I forgetting the name of it? We basically open up a door, pick up 3
the
gold...
residence key opens that as well as Grig's,
Yeah. Open up a gold chest there that has 3 gold pine resin, and it's a electric buff that we apply to our like right hand weapon on a dagger, and we'll utilize it on Taurus mainly and gargoyles here. However, we will have an extra one in case like anything goes wrong and we need to reapply our buff, but I know some runners will use it just in case on their weapon if they want to clear any enemies out of the way, because you know, this is an... Ooh, damn.
Sorry, this RNG for Dan is... That was just... It started so nice when he got the bomb strat, and then the gargoyle jumps away, then flies up, then jumps away again, and the other one jumps forward and flames him.
Yeah. The gargoyle being a flying hoppy boy, and then his buddy coming in just saying, nope, this run's done. Spewing the flames down there. So with that reset, it is back to the asylum, but we do have Mintius and Iron Boy going through right now. Let's have a quick look at Iron Boy. As we know, Iron Boy is coming up to getting the red tier stone ring here. So we're going to get that little jump over the gap there. There he goes, straight over.
That was 5 out of 10.
Is that jump easier to do in the remastered? Because I've seen a lot of people in the Prepare to Die edition die jumping over that gap.
No. It's I don't think so, anyways. But yeah, I mean, people die. You see, like it's kind of a meme because in there are some categories where you go through the Valley of Drakes at the very, very beginning of the run, and so the more early you are into the run, the more YOLO you tends to go, and you basically just take the widest angle you can on that jump to like be the more in a straight line as possible, and sometimes
Okay.
you just to take it so wide that you just fall back into the Valley of Drakes and you die.
Okay. So you're judging these jumps based on a
We
system.
definitely, yeah, and that don't want to shame Aaron Boy, but that was a dirty wall capture.
So like, okay, what are the requirements to judge these rolls? Like, is it because he hits a wall? Is it because
So yeah, I mean, hitting the wall is straight up like bad jump. Like if you hit the wall, then oh god, don't. Okay.
Ooh, getting caught on the wing of the Drake there.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's, rip.
Slowed him down enough that the Drake could get that like attack off. Like sometimes he'll do that and you'll be like far enough up the ladder that it won't affect you, but
You can see him laughing it off there. Look, he knows what happened there. It was he knows you were mentioning his jump. He's going back to redo the jump for you. That's what this is.
yeah, I mean 5 out of 10, like Cap said, could be better.
Yeah, there are some fancy memes you can do. Like you can also just sprint over the gap. It's kind of weird, like, but the angle is super precise.
Oh, okay. I don't think I've seen many people do the sprint.
I mean, like, it's super inconsistent to do.
Okay, yeah, I can see why.
You can also roll over the gap, or if you have like insane swag, you can like do either like a healed boost, like you can like you see runners do on the gaping for gate skip sometimes. You can also do that. So you just attack with the sword hilt, and that gives you like momentum. And of course, the best would be using the Uchi R2 probably.
So, wait. Okay, tell me a bit about that.
The Uchi. Are you not into the Uchi memes?
No, I've actually never
So-
used the Uchi Katana at all. I'm not very much of a dex person.
Yeah, so the Uchi, if you two-hand it and you do an R2, your character will slowly put the katana over its head and
Okay.
do a very fast R2 that launches you forward. And if you do that on a ledge, you can get like a boost. You know, like how I told you that it's important that
Yeah.
when you roll, you want to be at the maximum momentum
Exactly.
of your. You
Mhm.
can do the same thing with other attacks, and the Uchi has insane speed. So there are like a ton of skips you can do with the Uchi. So sometimes you see like just a little hill that you can't jump on top of. Well, you just go with the Uchi R2 and it will launch you on top of it. Or you can do stuff like Duke skip. I think
What? You could do Duke Save with the Uchi
yeah,
R2?
I think I'm not sure if Lobos did that. I think Lobos did it with the jump attack as well. But yeah, you could just R2 on the Duke skip and use the momentum of the Uchi Katana to jump
I'm
over
gonna go
the.
test that out. I had no idea that that was a thing. It's very
Yeah,
cool.
you can do like okay, or it's like how I had fun making the bench skip as well with the
Yeah.
Uchi Katana. Like you just just stand over the ledge and just do an R2 and it works.
Easiest bench skip you'll ever see.
Yeah.
So
So yeah,
wait,
it's a running gag of finding skip. It's like you find a new skip and you're like, yeah, but can you do it with the Uchi? It's a real questions.
what is your favorite then? Favorite way to get over the Valley of Drake? Like, what's a 10 out of 10 for you?
I don't know. I think running over the gap is super
Okay.
neat, but yeah, you can also have like the perfect angle can be very very cool as well. So I don't know. Like just I think I prefer the jump just because it's a bit harder to do, but.
Sorry, this is like speedrunner delight. We're just kind of like, yeah, what looks like a good execution of like a small little skip and stuff like that. We just
Yeah.
break it down, which is cooler, which is nicer, and then just figuring out new things I didn't even know before, like the Uji Katana. Little sidetracked, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, but we stuck a bit in the early game, so we might as well just chat about some random things as well from time to time.
But
These
the
things-
momentum that you mentioned, sorry, Arg, is really good to know because like we will see it being pulled off when we do Capra Demon. They will like cast like fall control once they land on that like little pillar just before the Capra Demon fight, and the fall control is going to like boost the momentum of the player forward. And momentum is everything in this game. Like the further and faster that you roll, the easier it is to close these gaps, and without it, it's just impossible.
Yeah, like slopes are very weird in this game. It's like how you can have something that's called a vacuum slope. Like sometimes if you're unlucky, what's happening is you fall instantly, like without having any momentum at all, and you fall like in a straight line down, which is terrible. Because yeah, physics in this game is it's kind of weird.
I don't know if we want to bring up Mintius on the main part now. He's going to be on ONS very soon.
Yeah, it's exactly what I was thinking on there. Dan Flesh, unfortunately, having another Hellkite incident. So that's 2 in a row there. Just not getting through. Hellkite and saying, nope, back to the asylum with you. But Minty is coming through. Hopefully no jumping off the rafters this time.
Oh, he's doing the two-handing shield strats. Yeah. I think it's for the second holo. You could just do a running attack with the shield. That's also a strat you can do.
Give me DS2 vibes with the two-handing a shield.
Yeah, you have to put it in your right hand if you want it two-hand.
Yeah.
You can't, like in DS2, two-hand the left hand. In Dark Souls 1.
Can we take a second to appreciate menuing in this route? It's not the most intense menuing in category for it, but consistently, and like this takes a lot of practice to do, but to menu this fast, because you're constantly like on fog gates, you have to swap up to the right ring. If you don't have the right ring, it could mean a bad fight for you or even a death. Constantly swapping out items, equipping items to have the right equip load for like quit outs, fall damage or fall control quit outs. Like just so much is going on to make sure that they like are thinking about all these small things. They're even dropping items, they're rearranging the order of their menu so they can access items where they need to be. It's just insane.
Yeah, there are like a lot of menuing in this run. Like on some, also you have the spell management that is important. You know, the order you equip the spells is important because you want some spells to be next to each other, so you can only swap in one press and stuff like that. So you have like a lot of things to consider. You also have something, I don't think we've mentioned it yet, but you can see sometimes the runners do that. I think, for example, Dan does it on his way to Sif. Something we call like pre-menuing. So because in this game, the game remembers the index of whatever weapon you equip. And so if you unequip that item and then go back to the menu will automatically be pre-selected on the item you want. And so sometimes you need to equip items very quickly, and so to be sure that the item will already be on the correct slot, you'll see runners do pre-menuing, so they will be pre-equipping items, so they can then equip it much faster without having to think about it. For example, for a meme roll or for taking falling damage on the way to Hydra, for example.
Right, you want that like sword to be accessible immediately, so you can equip it and do your meme roll.
Exactly. All right, let's see how this goes. Oh, that's too like it's really sad that you can lock on to enemies and be barely too far. Like you're close enough for the lock on to work, but too far for the spell to hit. It's kind of a bad joke.
Yeah, those were a lot of. Oh, Smough. Okay, bad lock on there, but didn't even clip Smough.
Oh, seems like Old School is gonna be back.
Yep. I think after that last run, also I definitely needed just a bit of a break.
Yeah, punch a few walls and, and cry a bit. Oh, that's a long shovel. Okay.
Oh, very nice dodge. But not the best ONS fights, unfortunately.
Far from it.
Yeah. You know, I think I think day 3 is gonna be a little bit stressful for the runners because they know this is the last day. Their breaks have to be a little bit shorter. They no longer have any more chances. We might even see some runners go longer than they have in the previous days because this is it.
Well, that's what you want to see. Yeah, that's what you want to see here. Like, these runners are competing not only for pride in trying to get these PBs and world records, but they are competing for that share of $5,000. Like, Minty is there finishing with a new event time. Very, very good. Still in 6th place, though. But has a number of this. Has fights like these. Like, even cleaning these fights up a little bit is a significant time save that Mintius can have. And hopefully as the day goes...
And the elevator. Yeah, that's really, really slow.
That's like what, 6 seconds to wait for the elevator to come back.
No, I think like 12 or something.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I like just as the run goes on here, like as the day goes on and as that pressure begins to mount, we want to see these runners make those decisions where it's like, right, this run, I'm already behind like 30 seconds. Am I continuing this? Am I ending this now? And they've got to decide what it is that they're going to be looking for here. Like take Mintius's thought process right now. It's like he is 51 well no, so let's actually get
Even
it splits
more.
up. He is no, he's actually only 3 seconds behind his PB.
Yeah, that
Because
really
that's a
shows.
sum of
though.
best, yeah. So that's 3 seconds behind, so it's not a massive amount, especially with the stuff coming through. But he has to wonder, like, can I get a better Ornstein and Smough fight there? Can I get through that fight quicker, save more time, and try and pass Iron Boy? Like, that's his goal right now. His goal is to try and get into that 5th place, try and get that little bit more money coming out of that one. Meanwhile, you see Ozku there, like you're seeing his emotion just come out there. It's early in day 3. He knows he needs to get better runs here. He had a really good pace run, and then it died. And the frustration is real here. So we're going to see these runners. We're going to see this emotion come out from them, especially as it gets later on. But we'll have to see what they do. We'll have to see how they handle it. Again, we come back to this mental component of speedrunning. What would you do if you were in this position? Like Kermit, Captain Ash, if you were 3 racers right now, how would you be handling day 3? Like, we'll start with you, Ash.
It's a little bit hard for me to say, but I have a feeling because I know it's day 3. Day 3 is what, 12 hours, right? The last run being started at 1 a.m. Central European time, and that's the cutoff. You can't get any more runs. I feel like, and this might be like not the best mentality because I think every speedrunner deals with it differently. If I don't get the pace that I want in the early game, like there'll be a cutoff point where I have to make a decision. Like if I cannot get a good pace at this point in the run, I have to abandon it. And it's not because I can't finish it through, but like maybe I'm looking to pass, like, let's say 2nd place, and it's not enough. And I will probably make the quick decision to say, okay, I need to kill this run. I need another run going. And it can be hard to start another run, but sometimes it might be worth it rather than seeing it all the way through for like a marginal PB or a marginal, like, just event time. It might not be enough. And that's kind of how I would approach it. Like I would need to look at my splits and segments, see where I can save time, count on those to make a difference. And if they don't make a difference, I need to cut that run off and just do another one. That's
just
personally
cut your
me.
losses.
Mm-hmm. What about
Probably
you,
agree with
Kermit?
that. Yeah, I'd agree with that. I'd also consider maybe splitting it into like 2 sections. Maybe do like it's like I said, it's like 12 hours. Maybe do like a few hours early on, take an hour, like a nice long break in the middle of the day, and then come back for like a 2nd section. Just do another like 5-6 hours or something later on.
Yeah, that makes sense. And what about you, Captain?
I'm not sure how I would react in this situation. Personally, I'm not a great runner under pressure, and also when I do my streams, I tend to not stream too much at once, especially like in sequential days. I usually avoid doing streams multiple days in a row. Personally, like the more I play, I feel like the worse I play. So I'm not
I
sure
feel
if
that.
this time of
Yeah.
events would be for me. Like I usually like what works a lot for me is like the breaks. Like
Yeah.
you don't play for a week and you come back and on the first run you get a PB and that's
Oh
more
yeah,
back exam, so.
I feel you on that. Like you're hitting your head against a brick wall in speedrunning. It's like, I can do this trick. I've been able to do it faster before, but just something goes wrong.
Yeah.
You take a day or 2 break and you come back and suddenly you smash that PB and you're wondering, what was the problem? Like, why did I struggle with this? Like, you just had that epiphany moment. You're like, I can do it.
I feel like it's a little bit of, and Arga, I want to throw this question back at you. What would you do at this event? Because you're a speedrunner too. Like, I feel like maybe when you step away for a few days, you kind of rely more on muscle memory. And the muscle memory is like, it doesn't fail you. If you have good muscle memory for these things, you can always count on it to get you through these like things, like the back of your hand. But the minute when you're thinking too much about it and you're doing it in repetition, some people can start to see that repeating can get worse and worse and worse and form bad muscle memory throughout the day.
Yeah.
And the pressure can be a little bit intense, but I feel like relying on your muscle memory, like if you know and practice something to the extent that you're like proficient at it, you can always count on it to work when you need it.
Yeah, I'm also personally terrible at all bosses in general. I've never been a good old Waltzes runner, so.
Yeah, no, to answer your question there, Ash, like I am one of those people that I will overthink the more I do something. And it's like I'm playing through and it's like, I know I can do this. I should be able to do this. And then I fight my muscle memory because that's basically what happens. While you're thinking about it, you fight your muscle memory and then you make a mistake. Whereas if you just let it go, you let it take you, suddenly you're performing better. Like if I was in this situation, day 3 coming in, trying to improve, I'd be a mixture of both Kermit and Captain there. Like I'd be doing probably a couple of runs in the morning, just some no resets, getting myself through. But if I have that, like if I was 30 seconds behind and I couldn't save that, I'd also do what you would do, Ash, and just be like, right now I'm ending this run here, and then we go through. But I wouldn't be surprised if I had a few runs like Ozku and then just I got a bit frustrated. I'd have to take a break. I try and minimize those breaks, but I would be taking the break just to chill and come back.
Seems
Yeah,
like
speaking of coming back.
Yeah.
Catalyst coming in. No, Ozku came back there. He is now in his runs. He's coming into Gargoyle's fight and coming in for the first time today.
On Taurus as well?
Yeah, Olsku and Dan both got.
4.
Yeah, they both got gold splits on Taurus today. Similar, like, saves. And it's a hard segment to get a gold on.
Yeah, because you do it so much. And also, there's quite a bit of RNG. I didn't see if he got a Taurus suicide or something. Oh, unfortunate though, the Gargoyle.
Yeah, double fly, but gets one. Needs the second here.
I think we saw a couple missed spears from Mintius there onto the Hydra. Unfortunate.
And coming through good old lake section now. So while we have Mintius trying to set up for the DLC stuff in that here, we are going to just take a quick look at Iron Boy, because Iron Boy coming towards the end of Sen's Fortress here, and we're going to see him get the Iron Golem and then head into Ornstein and Smough again.
I'm excited for this. I want to see Dan have a good ONS.
I want to see them all have it. Yeah.
No, I know, but I think Dan in particular, he didn't get any runs going yesterday.
No.
He got a run going today that died. And he's really just kind of like what we said, just looking for that good pace to take a run somewhere. And it's going to make him feel comfortable if he has that good pace from the beginning. Because, like we said, there's some segments coming up later on in the game that can really be like time losses that we can't do anything about. If you can have a good pace right off the beginning, it's just going to relieve your ability to be like, okay, I just need to play to the best of my ability, but I'm not fighting the clock. I'm not like, fighting the reds and trying to like gain back time. I'm just executing.
Yeah, exactly. And I think that's part of the other thing as well, is that when you see those red splits, like it has that impact on you. You're going, right, I'm behind. I need to do things here. It's like you don't necessarily need to do anything. You just need to build up that consistency. Like you need to rely on your consistency at this point. Being green is great. Staying in the green is great. And don't generally worry about the red. Like I know I personally hide my splits. To a degree. I think
that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a couple of he's getting so many knives there.
Yeah, that's very unlucky to get 2 knives on the ladder, nevertheless.
Yeah, no, it was about last year that I got to the point where it's just like I'm hiding my splits now. Like I perform better when I hide splits because I'm not looking over at them and feeling the pressure on like I'm behind right now. So it's like I stream and I'm doing my runs, I hide them completely, which is great. And then chat tells me how I'm doing anyway. It's like, god damn it.
Yeah.
But like for an event like this, I think I would have to see the splits so I can know, especially on the final day. Like the first 2 days I'd hide them, but the final day I would need to know if a run is ahead or behind so I can make better use of my time.
Yeah, I mean, personally, like splits are more. I feel like are more for runners than for viewers than the runners. Because, for example, Mintius keeps running against his sum of best, and honestly, it's kind of relevant. It's kind of what you care about when you run. Oh, what happened?
He failed the. I believe he failed the roll.
He ran off the side.
Oh no!
Not sure what he's gonna do. Can he just go up and try again, or This is
I mean,
not
he's
the-
already activated the lever, right? So he has to
Yeah,
get
but he
through the. He's gonna go normally towards ONS.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna be.
Interesting.
I don't know
Yeah,
why he keeps going.
I would have reset at this point, but
Yeah, I
that's
think
just
it would
me.
have reset.
Because this is gonna take some time to go past the bat demons, and the bat demons can kill you.
Mhm.
Just like an alternate way, like the bat demons will throw these like lightning spears at you, and you need to pay attention to audio cues. And some even runners will turn around their camera to make sure that they're watching for these bat demons throw these spears at you. And then like all comes down to that Silver Knight Archer there as well, giving you good RNG. He doesn't have something like a Drake Sword to like push. He does have spells. I don't know how fast the Silver Knight Archer goes down with spells.
I think it's two spells.
Okay.
Seeing content we've never seen before in the event right now. This is a new area.
Well, actually, we did see this in the no reset runs, but it's not a strategy most will do.
That is true. Very first no reason. That'll be where a lot of the time loss comes in for it as well. Good old silver.
He's gonna go. Okay, he got good RNG.
Yeah, it's pretty good that they don't do this section because it's quite horrible for RNG.
Timber. The way it goes.
This amuses a lot of people who've like never seen a speedrun before. They're like, "What? You can just bait the Anor like Londo, like
Yeah.
Archer off."
Yeah, like when you do your first casual playthrough, they feel like horribly hard to get past, and then when you see a speed run, they suddenly look so stupid by just running up on their own.
I think that sums up most of the game, to be honest. Like everything in this game is incredibly difficult when you're playing casually, but you watch one speedrun, you're like, wow, okay.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reason Souls games can be so enjoyable to watch. You know, because it's one of these games where a speedrunner that knows what he's doing can finish the game like 60 times, 100 times faster than what a first casual playthrough can be. So it's pretty crazy. Oh yeah, he went
Same
to-
thing happened again.
Did it again.
Yeah, same thing.
Too early. Trying to be that aggressive on him and just getting punished for it.
Honestly, that might be the best for Iron Boy after what just happened.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think he was just hoping maybe if he got a very great ONS, then he would keep going.
I guess
Well,
we can
let's have a
switch on
look.
Mintius that is about to do the.
I was going for Dan, actually. Dan's about to head towards ONS
right, yeah.
as well. And Dan's on fairly good pace right now. He's almost 10 seconds ahead at the moment. 9.8 in the green. And, of course, not far behind him as well. We got Oldsku just finishing up Sen's Fortress here, too. So we're going to see these runners coming fairly similar point. And as you mentioned there, that Mintius is doing the up warp as well.
I like this skip. I like this a lot. I wish we could do this version of the Duke skip in the prepared die edition.
There is a variant in the original where you go on the left of the elevator. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
I've heard of it. I have never seen it.
So you don't you don't go on the roof, but there is a ledge on the left of the cage, or rather, like, I don't know, the room, the upper room, and you do the same up warp, and you end up on the same idea, like out of bounds, but on the other side, and then you have to do a very precise jump by aiming with the bow because the ledge is like super small.
All right, that makes sense.
And that allows you to also get there. And also, it's worth noting that you have one try at it because the ledge is so small that if you quit out, when you respawn, you're just gonna get an infinite full loop. Because the stand-up animation after a quit out in this game, like when you respawn in the game, your character will do a tiny stand-up animation, and that animation actually makes you move backwards. So.
He just pushed him.
Yeah. So, you know how Smough's hammer can block spells? That's because Smough's hammer has a hitbox.
Did
he just blocked. Yeah.
Oh my god, this is not a good fight.
Like,
how did that miss? Point blank.
Oh my god.
It hit him. It clipped him just a tiny bit. It just wasn't enough to kill him.
Yeah, well,
No, I'm meaning the arrow as well. Yeah.
Oh my god, actually
How is he
survived.
alive? What a
That
fight.
was.
Oh no! Look at the pillar. There's a.
Oh, that one bit. Oh, there it goes.
Yeah, so Smough's hammer has a hitbox, and it can push Ornstein around, and this is never good. Either he can push him away, and so the spear miss, or sometimes you see Ornstein start a melee attack, and his very obviously out of range. So you're like, oh, I'm safe. And then at the same time, Smough does an attack, pushes you, Ornstein, like right next to you, and then you're in reach of the attack and you get hit by Ornstein. Like it's incredible. Like the amounts of stupid thing that can happen in this fight is incredible. So yeah, that was not very good for Dan. Unfortunately, he's gonna be about 25 seconds behind, which means he's gonna lose about 30 seconds because he was 10 seconds ahead. So he's losing a lot of time.
He missed so many spells, and it wasn't even just like Ornstein. It was Smough assisting Ornstein.
I'm surprised he's alive in that fight. Like that block though.
Yeah,
like,
that
how
was
did
incredible.
he get the reflexes to get that out? It's like, wow.
Honestly, well done on Dan. Good speedrun reflexes there to just sort of make that decision.
Definitely.
I think that's... Go ahead, Kermit.
Minty is kind of getting memed in the dark route there by one of the hollows just completely missed the attack for the RTSR setup, then backing away from him. Yeah, but the second attack did land.
Was it
He's just
consistent?
gone up to Sif.
Yeah, it was consistently. We do have Olsku also coming up here.
Indeed, yeah. We are going to see how he does. As we got the skip coming up. And then after the skip, we get the fight. So just while he is doing the skip there, we do have the rest of the runners right now. Catalyst trying to reset for that really good early game. We were talking about what runners and that are going to be doing today. Catalyst is one that we know is going to be resetting a lot. He's going to be looking for pretty much perfection here throughout his runs.
Same with Olsku. I mean, Olsku also has to at this point. And sadly, right now he's 19 seconds behind. But ONS could technically change that.
It could, yeah. Didn't have a good wall in Sense Fortress. Unfortunately, it wasn't for going down quickly there. The snake enemy not giving him the attack that he needed.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to have potential time save on ONS though. But yeah, he probably has time saves later on. I'm not sure where the time saves are for.
He's got them kind of like 10 seconds here and there over a whole bunch of splits towards the end.
Yeah, I don't think he has any major. Oh no, he does. There is a death on the Priscilla and Gwendolyn segments. There's like 2 minutes and 10 seconds there. What?
I wasn't sure if that's real or not though. I feel like he wouldn't be able to have gotten like such a good time with it.
He skipped the forking splits, so the 6 minutes is including the forking splits. Never mind.
Same issue with gaping as well.
Yeah, I forget. Like life splits can be like understanding golds can be very weird on life split when you skip splits.
Yeah.
It's like you can have a gold, but your sum of best does not improve, and that can happen when you skip splits. Because life split will show you a gold, but life split doesn't know where the gold should be because like it's a gold for multiple splits at once, and so it doesn't save the gold. So you get like it's really weird because usually when you reset the splits, life split will ask you, "Oh, you got some goals? Do you want to save them?" And sometimes you do get goals, but life split doesn't ask you, and you're like, "Wait, why?"
Ooh, we got a fight going on here.
That was lucky. So Ornstein tried to dodge the final spell, but the pinner was here, so he couldn't. And now the dog opening from Smough, that's very good because he can just snipe Smough like that. This is that's very good RNG.
Just pay attention to Olsku's free aiming. Beautiful. Yeah. Oh, what?
Rip. Okay. Oh, that was okay. Not the greatest ending, but
it's just amazing, like strafing that shovel, just knowing how to maneuver around fights.
Ooh, managing to sneak on the elevator there, yeah. But a clean fight overall there. So we do have Olsku getting a run going right now. Dan has reset again. Go back to the asylum, as with Catalyst as well.
Aaron Boy got the same thing that Dan got earlier, where you can't even enter Hollow Room. There's a preventing you from doing that, and for some reason he didn't go to
as well. Why are all runners have now reset? They're all now.
going too.
So right now, Osko, the only one with a run going, and he is going to be heading back to the asylum to deal with the stray demon. So we are going to take a quick 3-minute ad break here. We're also going to be doing a swap at the moment as well. We're going to be swapping out our hosts and casters here. Ash and I are going to be taking a small break. We will be back throughout the day as well. And I believe we are also going to be saying goodbye just now to Kermit. Kermit, you are also back later on.
Yeah, in like 7 or 8 hours or something towards the end of the day.
Indeed. So thank you both for joining us for this one. Any final words, Ash?
No, I'm looking forward to seeing how these runs play out.
All right, so we are going to run some ad breaks right now. Again, a big thank you to our sponsors of the event here, Kaspersky, for providing the $5,000 prize pool that our runners are competing for, and to Twitch for helping put on the event as well. Go grab yourself a drink, grab yourself some snacks, folks. We will be right back.